Show.
Welcome to Millena, the talk show, where we talk about things that everyone thinks about but rarely ever says.
And I want you to make sure you tune in with Millena, because she's a friend of mine. Keep it real.
Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Millena, the talk show. Today, we're going to be talking with some teens. Now, I know everybody knows teens, and we all think about what is up with the cell phone. Now, they have their cell phones with them in their hands all of the time. But yet, when you call them, they don't answer the phone. When you text them, they don't text back. What is up with that? But yet they have the phone in their hand. It's like an appendage. They can't go to the bathroom without it. They can't go to the kitchen without it. They can't do anything without this phone. Why is that? Well, we're going to get answers to that question and many more questions that we all think about but rarely ever say. Well, that's what we do here on Millena, the talk show. So let's get comfy and let's get real. And welcome back to Millena, the talk show. I'm your host, Millena Gay, and today we're talking with two lovely teens, Vanessa and Abigail, and we're talking about why is it that teens always have their cell phones and yet they never answer the phone when we call or when we text, but yet you're always posting. I just don't understand, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers don't understand what is up with the cell phone. So we're going to have answers to this question, and we're going to get into some things a little bit deeper, like teen language, because they have a language of their own, and also a few deeper things. So let's get right in. Let's get comfy. Let's get real. Let's take our shoes off and get comfy. How are you girls doing?
Good.
Good. Well, thank you for being a guest today.
No problem.
Don't be scared. So now, first of all, this is Vanessa. This is Abigail, and these ladies are both 16 years old. They attend Southwest Career and Technical Academy. They're juniors in high school. They're in the 11th grade. And Vanessa likes hanging out with her friends, graphic design and drawing. And Abigail can draw really well. And also, Vanessa, you are learning French and teaching yourself sign language. Can you say a little bit about that?
Well, I just thought it'd be really cool. I really like learning new languages and doing things like that. I'm also trying to teach myself Morse code and a couple other things like that.
Okay, that's nice. Wow, Morse code. What made you decide to do that?
I thought it was cool. I don't know. I was just like, why not, you know?
And Abigail, what is something interesting that you'd like to do?
Well, I like to draw, and then I also like to paint and stuff, and then right now I'm learning Spanish because I'm half Mexican, and I want to interact with my family more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wonderful. Well, congratulations on teaching yourself these things, and that's really admirable. That's something that a lot of people don't do, is teach themselves new things. So you guys taking initiative to do that. Kudos to you. Yay, teens. So now let's get right into it. So adults want to know, what is up? What's up with always having the cell phone in your hand? I mean, what the audience didn't see is that even in break, they whipped out the cell phone real quick. What is up? And actually asked me, could they bring the phone on set? And I said no. But had it anyway, you snuck it on anyway. So I don't understand. What's so important about the cell phone? See, you're looking for it right now. What's so important about it?
Well, I mean, Vanessa needed it to text her parent real quick, but it's like a comfort thing in a way. That's why I bring it, so.
Okay, and why do you always have your cell phone with you everywhere, even in the house?
Well, I just kind of use it because I'm bored, and it's a nice way to pass time, and it's a nice way to kind of get away from everything in a way. You know, I don't have to worry about school on it. I can just go and talk to my friends, do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so then why is it that, since you always have it in your hand, right? It's like an appendage. It's like an extra. So why is it that when adults call you or text you, You don't answer right away.
Well, for me, if I don't answer right away, it's probably because, like, I'm asleep or I'm doing something important. But, like, I know some people ignore their parents because they don't want to talk to them right then and there. But, I mean, I don't usually do that ever.
You know, back in the day, before cell phones, we actually had to answer the home landline. There was such a thing as a landline, and we actually had to pick it up and answer it and say, hello, who is this? Like, there was no caller ID, there was no any of that. When you want to talk to people, you pick up the phone and talk to them. We didn't have texting, so this is just a whole new situation. And so people like me who grew up without cell phones, without texting, just trying to understand, because if you wanted to talk to people, okay, so first of all, there's no such thing as bored. First of all, go outside, go knock on your neighbor's door, go hang out, go play ball, jump rope, enjoy the outside. And so there was no bored. So I'm just trying to understand for all the older people who are trying to figure out what in the world is so important that's going on the phone. And why do you have to post your lives? Please answer. What's that about?
Well, a lot of the times when I go out somewhere and, like, film something or post about it, it's because I like to look back on it. But it's also kind of nice to, like, check up and see what your friends are doing, and you can be like, oh, maybe I can come meet up with you, or, just kind of see what's up with them. It's kind of cool to see the things that your friends do, because then you can do it too. Like, some of the things, like, I get ideas to go for, it's because I saw that my friends went to them. I'm like, oh, they look like they're having fun. Like, oh, I can go do that too. So just stuff like that.
Oh, okay. What about you, Abigail?
Well, like, communication-wise, I feel like it's easier because then you can just always have an easy access to, like, talk to your friends rather than just to, like, wait until you see them at school or something. And then, like, same thing with, like, posting stuff on Snapchat. Like, when people, especially if you, like, see that they're doing something and they didn't invite you, you can always be like, oh, why didn't you invite me? Like,
oh my gosh, that is funny. So, okay. So then my next question is, so when you see that your parents or an adult is calling you or texting you, then why don't you answer the phone right away when you know you have it in your hand? What's up?
Well, a lot of the times when I'm getting a call from my mom, it's because I'm getting yelled at. So
that's real.
So
that's real.
It's nice to just let her cool down a bit and then call back later and be like, oh, sorry, you didn't have it on me.
But now you're telling a lie. Because she knows you had it on you because you always have it, right?
Well, then I'm getting an easier yelling.
Oh, okay. So it's about managing the yelling. Okay, got it. What about you, Abigail?
Well, my mom also, like, calls at, like, the wrong times, like when I'm trying to take a nap and then she wakes me up and then I'm trying to sleep, or I'm listening to music and it, like, stops mid-song and I'm really enjoying it and it's just, like, really annoying. But otherwise I pick up the phone. Unlike some rude teenagers. Not you.
Okay. So let me ask you, so why do you hate using the phone for talking?
Well, I think we just prefer texting just because, like, I can ignore people easier. Like, if I don't want to talk to them. Like, when someone's calling you and they, like, say something and you don't know what to say, like, you could just, like, wait a couple minutes to think about it. Like, And it's also, like, you can't really, like, read your emotions too well in a text, which I kind of like doing that sometimes. They don't know what I'm thinking.
Right. So you can't read your emotions in a text very well. So, and sometimes a text message that I find, a text conversation can be like 30 minutes versus a 30-second phone call. Mm-hmm. Just, okay, so we're going to go here, we're going to go there. Sometimes a text message can take so long that it's annoying. Do you guys find that?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, direction-wise,
yeah.
Like, we were trying to meet up one time, and she just kept texting me, and I needed to know where she was at that moment, right. And I would, like, try to call her, and then she wasn't really talking on the phone and stuff like that.
I was getting yelled at by my mom. I don't know. It's just kind of easier for me to text, I think. I'm just more comfortable with it because I always text. So,
okay.
Like, when someone, like, suggests, like, oh, you just want to, like, I do talk on the phone. Like, sometimes I'll just call my friend and talk for an hour,
mm-hmm.
But it's, like, texting's nicer because it's just, like, you can come back to it whenever, like, and you can like do other things like send each other's like pictures. You can't do that over a phone call, or like you send each other memes. Like I do that a lot.
Okay, that's real. And so why is posting your life so important?
Like, I mean, people do that to kind of show off what they're doing, like they're having a good time, I guess. Because you don't want to show that you're doing something boring. You want to have people, I guess, like, yeah, because I feel like our generation's like kind of like a show off. Like we want to like, oh, I spent this, or I'm going to this place, like kind of luxury in a way. So,
It is.
nah.
It is okay to show off visual. Well, did you know that the average teen spends over 9 hours each day on their electronic devices?
I wouldn't doubt it.
And the social media habits and media consumption are changing the way that you young people communicate, learn, sleep, and exercise. So we're going to get more into that right after we come back from this break.
Game time. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time.
The Las Vegas Review-Journal is the largest and most widely read and visited news and information source in Nevada. As the region's most trusted independent news media company, the award-winning Las Vegas Review-Journal has been serving Southern Nevadans for more than 100 years. The multimedia news, information, and entertainment company owns a strong portfolio of print and digital niche products, including The Neon, Luxury Las Vegas Magazine, El Tiempo, LVRJ.com. Visit mylvrj.com today.
Welcome back to Millena the Talk Show. Today I'm talking with Vanessa and Abigail, and we're talking with our teens about technology. Well, when we left off, I was giving you a statistic about teens and that they spend 9 hours each day on your electronic devices. So now, but did you also know that depression is really prevalent in you guys? And 3.1 million teens have at least one depressive episode in the past year. And that 20% of teens will experience depression before reaching adulthood. Now, depression rates are growing, especially among young girls. And some blame technology because of spending too much time on your electronic devices. That contributes to preventing you from engaging in sports and peer activities that help ward off depression. So my question to you is, have you or any of your friends experienced depression, and what happened?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly now, I feel like it's something that everyone goes through at some point. At least, I mean, with my friends, like, you know, everyone has their bad days. I feel like the phones have a bit of a good and bad side to it when it comes to that, because I can see how it can be bad, but, like, a bit of, like, a devil's advocate for it. Like, sometimes when I'm upset and, like, I don't have anyone to talk to at home, like, I could text Abby, or I can text, like, one of my other friends, like, because if I can't have someone with me, like, at the moment, like, I can find someone. So, like, in a way, like, they can help out, too. But, yeah, I can see, like, a lot of people, like, would rather, you know, just be home alone on their phone than go out and do things, you know. We don't really go outside as much as we used to. I can see that. So I can see how that can play a factor in it.
Yeah, it can. Do you know any of your friends, or have you experienced depression? Or
I've, with school, like, stress a lot. I feel like there's been times where I, like, did not want to go out. I wouldn't say, like, super depressed, but, like, freshman year, like, I was just, like, not happy at all, and, like, it was, like, a hard time, and, like, you know, not really having, like, a lot of, like, the phone kind of comes, like, as, like, a little, like, coping mechanism in a way, and so I feel like that kind of influences, especially because, like, during that time, like, 13 Reasons Why came out, and, like, seeing that kind of just affected me in a way, even though, like, they were trying to, like, make it better, like, bring awareness to depression. And then I feel like with our generation, we like normalize it. Like people make jokes about depression and like killing themselves and stuff, and like you don't really know if they're actually like going through something or if they're just saying that they're gonna
Yeah.
Especially with online, like you can't
Yeah.
really like read someone's reaction. So when someone like jokes about stuff like that, it's really hard to tell like the emotion behind it.
Right. But if they were, in person, you would be able to tell them. You'd be able to see if they're really depressed. And I'm going to give you and everyone out there some hints about some tips, signs of depression. So if you notice anyone who's becoming withdrawn, or they're changing their sleep patterns, or they start to perform badly in school, then those are beginning signs of depression, and they should seek professional help, and you should let someone know if you notice that in either yourself or any of your friends. Bullying. Now, according to Family First Aid, 30% of teens have been involved in bullying, either as a victim or as a bully themselves. And the rise in social media has made it more public and more pervasive. So, bullying, especially with cyberbullying, it's the online bullying. So now, have you experienced this? Is this a problem at your school?
I wouldn't say at our school that it's an issue, but it's definitely there, and I've seen it. With online, it's easier to keep it anonymous. Like, it's harder to get caught that way. Yeah. Because, like, I've had people say things to me anonymously, and, there's not really much I can do because I can't trace it back, and it's not, like, big of enough of an issue for it to be, like, brought to the police or something where it can be traced. Like, kids can just say things, and it, like, there's no, like, it's not face-to-face, so you can kind of go off. There's, like, no boundaries online.
Yeah, I know. And then, like, now they say that bullies come in all shapes and sizes. So a lot of people think that bullies are just people with low self-esteem and that they are loners, but actually bullies, some are bullied because they feel entitled. Like they want to rule the school, and so they're going to make everyone look at them as the ruler. So they bully people for that. People bully who have been victims of bullying. People bully who want to climb the social ladder, and people bully because of peer pressure. Somebody might say, "Oh, let's beat up that person over there. Come on, come with me," and they'll do that. So, have you experienced or seen any of this in your school?
Well, I feel like it's more with our school. It would probably be more cyberbullying than like bullying. I feel like in more of the public schools in Vegas, like Sierra Vista or DO, it would be more public because a lot of the stuff there isn't really like controlled, I guess, because like our school is pretty good with bullying in a way, but like when it comes to cyberbullying, like I remember there was an account that was made, and like it was just like you your number.
Yeah. So it was basically this account that was made, and it was basically just like posting things about people at our school, like exposing like DMs with them, or like someone said something about this girl, and like they like screenshotted it and posted it. And so she could see it, and so everyone could see it, and like it didn't stay up very long, but like a lot of people saw it, like I saw it too, and it was just like going through it, like it was like so much, like a lot of it was like my friends, so it was probably someone like in our grade that made it, because like I saw a lot of stuff about my friends, people that I know, and I was like, wow, like some of the stuff I already knew because I was friends with them, but it was like weird to see
their
like
personal
such
stuff,
personal things about people.
Did they ever get caught?
I don't know too much about it, but I don't think so.
But that's, now, when I was your age, I'm just saying that we didn't have that issue because there was no social media. There was no internet back then. So we didn't have that. It was just all about bullying in person. And if you got bullied in person, then you got bullied in person. If not, then you weren't. I mean, that's a whole nother show about bullying. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back. And I want to ask you a few terms that your generation has right now that's going on. And we don't know what the heck these terms are. So I'm going to just ask them to you, and you can just let me know what it actually really means, okay? So we'll be right back with Millena the Talk Show.
It's game time.
The Las Vegas Review-Journal is the largest and most widely read and visited news and information source in Nevada. As the region's most trusted independent news media company, the award-winning Las Vegas Review-Journal has been serving Southern Nevadans for more than 100 years. The multimedia news, information, and entertainment company owns a strong portfolio of print and digital niche products, including The Neon, Luxury Las Vegas Magazine, El Tiempo, LVRJ.com. Visit mylvrj.com today.
Welcome back to Millena the Talk Show. I'm here with today's guests, Vanessa and Abigail, and these are our fabulous, terrific teens, and we're having some deep conversation about what's going on in their life. And so right now, I'm going to ask them some language, because teens, as you know, have their own lingo going on. So we want to know what's really going on with this language. So I'm going to say a word, or what it's supposed, and you just tell me what it really means. Okay, so we're going to start with aux. A-W-K-S, aux.
Like, awkward?
Yeah, is that something you say?
No.
Okay, so some of them may be wrong, but this is what the internet says that you guys say. So cancel.
Canceled?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Like, well, they say that a lot about, like,
Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
when a
like-
celebrity does something controversial, they're like, oh.
she's canceled. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, like
she's done.
rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
if you, like, find out, like, a YouTuber, like, said something racist, which is normally what the issue is, like, they bring up old racist stuff, like, they're canceled, like, being about them anymore.
Got it. Okay, goat.
That is the greatest of all time.
Gucci.
Like, good.
Good,
That's-
yeah.
Okay.
that's-
Hundo P.
What?
Hundo P.
I've never heard that before.
Okay, well, according to the internet, Hundo P means that you're saying 100% certain. Okay, moving on. Lit.
Fun.
Lit. Okay. Some rides.
Shoes.
Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, so maybe, okay. Salty.
You're like mad. You're pressed.
Attitude.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not
okay,
right.
that's what it said.
Yeah.
Snatched.
Oh.
Snatched.
Like, when
wig
you're,
snatched?
like, your wig is snatched.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Looking good.
that's another,
You're
like,
shocked.
you're shook.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another
Okay.
term.
Shook. Okay, you tell me, because that was not on my list.
Just, like, surprised.
Okay.
Shocked.
Like, yeah, like, whoa.
Okay, and
Didn't
that's
see that
shook
coming.
right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is TBH?
To be honest.
Okay, you use that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thirsty?
Like,
Trying to get attention?
but
It's
that,
more
that
like
could be
trying to get attention from, like, guys or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
she wants attention from guys. Like, she's thirsty, I
Okay,
guess you could say.
Okay, so you tell me some of your words, because mine are really not according. So, like, what are some? I know you were telling me about yeet. Like, what is yeet?
You use that a lot. You
Yeah,
should
what is
explain
yeet,
that.
Vanessa?
I don't know, like, I just kind of use it, like, randomly, you know, like when I'm, like, going away or something. Or, like, because it started, like, from this Vine where she threw a can and said, yeet. So, like, when people
She
throw
goes-
things or they leave, like, I yeeted. I'm out.
Yeet. So yeet means out.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel so old.
Okay.
Okay, what about bet? Now you said you're telling me about bet.
Oh, that is like kind of okay. Like,
Okay.
or if someone challenges you to something, you would say like, okay, bet.
Okay.
Like, someone's like, you won't dye your hair. Bet. Like, I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
Okay. What about chillaxin?
Chilling, I guess.
Use that one.
I
chilling,
never used
relaxing?
that.
I've used
Okay.
it ironically, I think.
Okay.
We out here chillaxing.
What about emo?
Emo? Like, edgy?
Like emotional.
No, emotional or drama queen.
Yeah.
Emo. Curve.
Oh, that's like when you're trying to avoid a person, or like in the context like a guy, like you curved him because you don't want to.
Like, you don't want to talk to him?
Yeah, you
Like,
don't want
you're
to be
like,
a thing
nope.
with him.
I thought that was ghosting.
That's another. Yeah. That,
well, ghost cheat is when you just, like, stop talking to someone
Yeah.
completely. Like, curve is like when someone's like, oh, you're really cute, and you're like, nope.
you want-
Okay,
Like-
so you tell me some of your words.
What do I say a lot?
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, bye, Felicia.
That was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It's just been by.
Okay.
I say skirt. A lot.
Skirt?
Yeah, skirt. Like.
No balls.
Oh yeah, no balls.
What?
You know, like how I used to say, like, oh, I like double dog dare you? Like, that's this now. Like, you should text me. No balls.
Like.
Okay. CD9. Code 9. Parents are here.
Nah.
You don't do that one? What
No.
about POS? I've seen that one. Parents over the shoulder? Like you're
Well,
texting your code
If my
and you-
parents over my shoulder, I'll go on like Instagram or something. I stop texting. You know, like it's not like a code. It's just get out of that real fast, come back.
Oh, wow. You're slick. Okay, okay. What about throwing shade?
Oh.
That's like insulting someone or like exposing someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Passive aggressive. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. So, okay. So coming back to you guys, tell me some words.
Like tea.
Tea.
Like spilling the tea.
Oh.
Spilling drama.
Spilling drama.
The truth.
Okay, well, we drink tea here because we get comfy and we get real.
It's like-
Okay, tea. Okay, that's good.
Or sometimes people like will say something and they're like, "Oh, that's tea." Like, true.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Okay.
know. It's weird.
Yeah, you should be like, you just be like tea or
I
like
never really
wig.
used it. Too.
Or what?
Wig.
Oh yeah, wig. Like
is
people
that?
usually say snatch and like wig in the same sentence.
Like your wig is snatched.
Snatch,
Like
yeah.
the same thing. Like you're shook. You know.
Yeah,
Oh.
Like
Okay.
my wig
Someone
is
yanks
snatched,
it off.
or like your weave is snatched, or just wig.
Wow. Wow. Well, you know what? I've so enjoyed talking to you guys. I've learned so much, and I know our viewers have learned so much. Is there anything as we close out, and I want to thank you for being a guest, is there anything that you want your parents to know or your friends to know, or you want to give a shout out real fast before we?
Can I plug my?
Yeah.
You're at.
Oh, plug. That's another one.
Oh, like the plug?
Okay.
Like if someone like sends you like help with like your homework, like Abby the plug, you know, like
Yeah.
Abby came through.
Oh, Abby came
helped
through.
Abby helped out, you know.
Okay.
Help a sister out.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Follow me on Instagram at AbigailFitz_.
Okay. Hey.
And my at is your girl Nessa. NESSA.
Oh, that's just it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
On
Okay.
Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for being guests here on today's episode. Thank you for being so honest about teens and letting adults know like what's really going on with the phones. I think you've answered a lot of questions, these things that we think about but never ever say. So thank you for getting comfy and getting real, and thank you for joining us on today's segment of Millena the Talk Show. See you next time.
It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time.
The Las Vegas Review-Journal is the largest and most widely read and visited news and information source in Nevada. As the region's most trusted independent news media company, the award-winning Las Vegas Review-Journal has been serving Southern Nevadans for more than 100 years. The multimedia news, information, and entertainment company owns a strong portfolio of print and digital niche products, including The Neon, Luxury Las Vegas Magazine, El Tiempo, LVRJ.com. Visit mylvrj.com today.